Hello, and welcome to this episode of The Brief. I'm your host, Meredith Reed. I'm here today with Oleg Gervalov, co-founder and COO of KeYou. KeYou is an all-in-one multifunctional app and dating platform for the LGBTQ community in New York City. KeYou's in-house features include social networking, a messenger service, voice and video calls, and live streaming. KeYou is currently part of an accelerator program in New York City. Oleg has a background in political management, public relations, and digital marketing, and he has supervised media relations at several investment companies and nonprofit organizations. Welcome, Oleg.
Yeah, thank you very much for your invitation. Hi.
It's great to have you. So could you just start by telling us some examples of the types of issues that your trust and safety department at KeYou would typically face?
First of all, I would like to say that we have a bunch of products, and KeYou is one of them. Also, we have a dating app, Denim and Loft. Mostly, we work in Eastern Europe, and they are aiming to people from Russia, from Belarus, from Ukraine, from all over the world, who just want to find a perfect match. And I would like to say that we work not just only with the gay community in New York, but also with heterosexuals all over the world. And it let me claim that the problem of safety is very general. We have 5 years experience in this field, and I know that every dating service faces the problem of fake profiles mostly. Today, people know how to create fake news, fake clothes, and fake profiles are not an exception. They publish photos which don't belong to them. They publish bio that has nothing in common with them, and so on. The reasons for this phenomena may be different, of course. Sometimes people are unconfident, want to present themselves better, in their opinion, of course, than they are. Sometimes people create fake profiles to cheat and get money using fraud. We had the classical case in our org when one female user earned $2,000 just asking money for the taxi. Fortunately, we have a flexible system of reporting such cases, and finally we detected and banned her. I understand that this sum of money, I mean $2,000, is ridiculous in comparison with more than $200 million that Americans lost from dating fraud in 2019, last year. Yeah, and for example, in 2015, the sum was about 30 million. It's official information from the report by the Federal Trade Commission, and the number of victims, just imagine, surpasses 25,000 people. It makes dating scams the most reported type of consumer fraud. I have statistics that the median loss to victims in the US was $500, while victims over 70 years old were conned out of more than $6,000 each. Just imagine, more than 25,000 victims. One Japanese woman cited in the case lost $200,000 trying to help a man she believed to be a US citizen. Most interestingly, about a quarter of the sum is connected with a criminal network of 80 people. Most of them are Nigerians, and it let me claim that this type of criminal business is international. The most significant problem is that people who were scammed thought that they had trust in relationship with the abuser. To tell the truth, there are some players in the dating industry who have an advanced system of bots and earn a lot of money on the people who think that they communicate with real persons who have an intention to date. I would like to demonstrate you how it works. There is a net of employees of this dating app who 24 hours a day chat with users from different countries and beg them for virtual gifts. The price of such gifts starts from $5 and exceeds $5,000. There are users who've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on such stuff. What should dating services do in this situation? It's an obvious question which we should ask. Dating services, in my opinion, should be more proactive in filtering out imposters to protect users by integrating more safety features, such as artificial intelligence, of course, a very trendy tech, and photo verification. There is another problem that we come across. It is not connected with fraud, but sometimes is much more harmful. I'm talking about the problem of cyberbullying and slut shaming. Unfortunately, this issue, especially in Russia, is very, very urgent. We had lots of unpleasant examples when men registered in our services just to get intimate photos of users, to get sensitive information from them. Then, such cyberbullies share screenshots of chats with victims, their photos of passports in numerous Telegram channels. They give links to victims' Instagram and call for cyberbullying in channels. Some of these channels have more than 200,000 followers. We see the privacy nowadays compromised. I think that dating services and social networks should prevent cyberbullying. It's their total goal. We should see social networks' proactive position. They are in charge of the safety and privacy of their users. That's why they should ban the administrators of such channels, delete information, and block these channels. For instance, Telegram blocks channels promoting pedophilia, extremism. The same way, I think they should fight against cyberbullying. Last year, we published an open letter to the founder of Telegram, Pavel Durov, where we requested to edit platform's rules and fight against cyberbullying. We pointed out that according to the position of the United Nations, cyberbullying is as harmful as physical abuse, and mostly women suffer from it. We were so obsessed with this problem that we launched a flash mob against cyberbullying. It is called Uneasy Behavior. You can go to our website and find it. Girls share their stories about cyberbullying or just bullying on account of their clothes, makeup, photos in social networks, and so on. We got a great feedback and prolonged it. I am sure that people all around the world should support such actions, and I call for our listeners to go to the website and support this action, this flash mob.
Oleg, you make so many great points about the issues that dating platforms tend to face and a lot of the measures that dating platforms can take to keep their users safe. So my next question for you is coming from the angle of the user on these platforms. What are some strategies that your team at KeYou would use to empower customers to be safety savvy?
Thank you for this question. I think that the most effective tool is to provide profile verification. As for our dating services, which I mentioned in the beginning, every user sends us a confirmation photo with a particular gesture. It looks like this. And so if this verification photo and photo in profile belong to the same person, we see it and we pass this user and mark him or her as verified. We have two types of such control, human control and AI control, which analyzes face images. Combining these two approaches, we minimize the risk of fake profiles. Another tool we use is their reporting system. If somebody violates the rules of our services, every user can report it using a special button. Our customer service team examines all the reports and take measures. These include blocking users and deleting their profiles. In the future, we plan to hand over account verification to users themselves. The trusted user confirms the identity of his partner that triggers the blockchain transaction and saves it. As a result, the latter also becomes a trusted user and can confirm the identity of somebody else at the next date. With the option delegated, we thus allow users to build the trust to our service based on public opinion. And when dating in reality, our users will be ideal candidates to confirm partner's identity. Consequently, one of our trusted users can make another trusted as well by confirming his or her identity. So it's our plans. I know that it's time of blockchain, such cutting-edge technologies, and we have this notion to implement it in the future. I hope that we will not be the first project at the market. I hope that we will see the strengthening of user privacy and safety.
So can you give an example of an effective fraud fighting technique that was successfully implemented at KeYou?
Apart from those tools which I mentioned, I think that the most effective tool is the reporting system. Yeah, if somebody violates the rules of our services, every user can report on it using a special button. Also, our service involves syntactic and semantic analysis of dialogues of a given user. Special algorithms learn about the purposes of registrations. They understand tastes of these people, his dialogues, and our algorithms, thanks to it, find scammers, analyzing so-called stop phrases and stop words. After detecting scammers, their profiles are blocked. Yeah, it's the way how we work with scammers and fraudsters.
So let's talk about the bigger picture. Has there been a notable shift in the types of trust and safety issues that have come to the forefront of dating platforms like KeYou versus, say, 5 to 10 years ago? Can you give some examples of larger trends over time?
I think that the main trend is that as we improve our algorithms, scammers invent new measures to avoid them. Scammers have become smarter, and it has become more difficult to distinguish them from ordinary people. There is a bunch of new services that help scammers use one-time mobile numbers to be registered and so on. Eventually, on every new tool from scammers, we find new ways to confront them. It's the reason why this battle and this fight will continue forever. And I think that companies like ours should be stronger and should be smarter to provide safety and privacy of our users, because it's the main trend of 2020, and it will be, I think, trend in all the times.
Absolutely. Oleg, thank you so much for giving us food for thought on the safety of the dating industry. We look forward to hearing more about KeYou as you continue to grow. So thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My pleasure.
And we will see you next time on The Brief.